I speak for a living, and I absolutely love what I do. And before I get started, I got two things that I want to say to you. Thing number one, it doesn't matter if I'm funny. It doesn't matter if the things that I talk about, it doesn't matter if those things sound good to your ears. The most important thing is if you do not you learn from this conference and do something amazing to change the world, we've all wasted our time. LPK has wasted their time. We've wasted our times from whatever jobs we could possibly be doing. Stand up, please. The other thing that I wanted to tell you is equally as important. I just turned 38, and tonight we're going to be celebrating my birthday. I want you all there. At the corner of Orchard and Main, we're going to be having a couple drinks. And to everybody who's in earshot, I need you to hear this beforehand. You're the chosen ones. Right now, more so than ever, we need you to speak love. Not just to other people, but to yourself. We need you to speak love. Your hair, your clothes, the way that you're built, your eyes, your nose, you, in particular you. You're special. The reason why we have these love summits, the reason why we have these gatherings is because we need your awesomeness to make our awesomeness even greater. We are nothing without your butts in these seats. We are nothing without your belief system changing others. And the way that we do that is we model love to ourselves first. You may be seated. Dude, no, he didn't. Happy birthday to me. What? Happy birthday, dear Nick. Happy birthday to you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I got to tell you, when people sing that happy birthday song, it's the most uncomfortable thing ever. I just want you to know. Because what do? Like, do I sing to myself, right? I don't know. And that was I'm actually really glad that you did that. In my life, I've been really good at loving other people. Like I would wake up in the morning with this gumption, with this inside my stomach, this need to go out and tell you how beautiful you are and how amazing you are. You are pretty amazing. And how awesome you are. And the things that you've done have changed the world for so many people. And it would be like in here. But I realized that sometimes, usually, I say more than sometimes, I should say usually, I'm loving on you because I really don't believe in me. See, I'm serving because there's a part of me that's a little bit guilty that things are going well. And I try to find people that are doing worse than me. And we used to always do this thing, right, where we would tell kids, or even when I was a kid, some folks would say, you know what, there are starving people out in China. Luckily, you ain't one of them. It would break my heart. And I would serve out of this feeling of guilt. I came to this conclusion a couple of years ago. As a motivational speaker, I've traveled the country, and I get the awesome job to motivate people to do community service and to do great things for others. But something happened. There was a school that asked me to come and speak, and at this school, there was 3 suicides before October. And this mom came to me, and she said, we need you to talk to the kids because there's other ones that want to do the same thing. And I was sitting there thinking to myself, like, this is horrible. And that Monday, those kids that were the friends of the ones that had committed suicide went back to school. The parents went back to work. It's like a normal, everyday thing right now. And when I got asked to speak at the school, I had to do something. I had to go back to the time where I remembered that I wanted to hurt myself. See, I hate doing that. See, that's not cool, right? Because as speakers, we're supposed to be like the ones with the knowledge and the books and the big chest and the scientifical stuff on the board. And you're supposed to come and see that we have all of our stuff together. And you're going to be so proud. Matter of fact, follow me because I got my stuff good. I'm good, right? But when I was going to speak to these kids that are in the wake of their friends dying, literally burying their brothers and sisters, I had to go back to a place that I tried to push down and I tried to hide. That place was reality. I came up with this ideology that no longer do we have to just challenge people to love each other in service. I need to challenge you to love yourself in deed. I need to challenge you to love yourself in everything that you do, and let that be what flows over to love others. We came up with this method. We call it the BOLD method. I got it from a friend of mine. Actually, my friend here, his name is Charlie. He's one of my mentors. And he said, I got this word when I think about you, and it's bold. And bold is branding, organizing, leading, developing, and this is what we do. As a matter of fact, I don't just do this with my job in schools and in businesses that I speak at. We also do this in church. Let me continue. The hardest thing for me is, just a little precursor about Nick Jackson. I'm a minister. I come from a long line of ministers. My grandfather was a minister. My uncles are ministers. Out of the grandchildren, there's 10 of us. 7 of us are ordained. This is the family business. Here's the problem. There's a lot of good people out there, really good people, that have been hurt by the church. And when I come to give these messages, because I'm involved in the church, people automatically are shutting down. Not because of anything that I have done, but things that people that roll with me may about you. Now let me tell you, to me, in my family, God is love. God is not only love, God is opportunity, God is change. God is the one that saw that I was worth something before I did. So if I come to you and I say, you need to change the way you do stuff, you're horrible, that's not going to change him. That's just going to make him hate me. And I thought to myself, how could we connect the people to the love? How do we get through the bull crap and the separation and get down to what really matters? And what really matters is at the end of the day, I need you. And I can't do it without you. I have to find a way to bring these things together. And you know what was also crazy? When I stepped outside of the church and I started speaking on stages, street corners, homeless shelters, all bus stations, anywhere anybody would listen to me, literally, things started changing. When I thought about these kids that had committed suicide, I was thinking to myself, I wonder if they knew that they were loved before they were gone. I wonder if someone said, you know what, forget the bull crap, down to the bottom, I love you. It's interesting, I read this book called The Dream Manager, and I really enjoyed reading that book. And the thing about it that's really special was what happened was a company said, you know what, we got this product and we're trying to make money, but really, we want to know, how could we help you? I want to stop what we're doing and just listen to you. When I read that book, I thought to myself, you know what, I wish I had a teacher like that. Maybe a minister. I wish I had somebody when I was a kid that would stop and just listen to me. Motivational speakers should not be great people at promoting themselves. They should be the best listeners. If you've ever been around a good chefs have great palates. They know how to taste. If we can't listen to the ones that we're trying to reach, we are wasting our time. If we're not the best listeners, how are we going to lead? And it's crazy that something like The Dream Manager would be such an audacious, such an outstanding book that changed so many lives. We haven't thought about listening to our workers? Next slide. One of the things that we do is we focus on identity. And it's amazing because there are people here in this crowd that I mentor, and then I have mentors in this crowd. In identity, what we do is we get close and we listen to you, not just enough to know your name, but to know your why. So many times in business, we're looking at what the why is, what the bottom line is. But the thing is, what about the who? See, as a young African-American male, I've never lived in a community that didn't have the Klan or the skinheads in it. Not once in my life. Even to this day. As a young African-American male, I didn't have a lot of positive, outstanding role models, but the ones that I did have, they did this thing that was special, very similar to the Dream Manager. They listened to a young black kid. I can't tell you what it was like growing up in a household with a mom that would say on a consistent basis, I'm just a little black girl from Akron. Good things aren't supposed to happen to me. Now that's my mom. This isn't someone on television. That's my mom. And I remember looking at her and telling her how beautiful she is and how important she is. And she would reiterate over and over, and even if she was sitting right here, right now, today, she'd say, son, you just don't get it. And I refused to get it because my mom is beautiful to me. And every success that I have in my life is an encouragement, not just to me, but to my mom. My mom, at whatever age she is, I ain't gonna tell y'all, because if y'all ever see her and be like, Nick, tell me how old you is, she'd be so mad at me. But my mom, at whatever age she is, still doesn't know herself. But every Monday morning, she gets up and goes to a job. My mom lives a life of scarcity. She doesn't see her excess. She doesn't understand her own beauty. And that breaks my heart. When I look at this picture, I see all of these different faces. And everybody's going in a different direction. The thing about personal identity is what happens when things go wrong? What happens when the bottom falls out? Who are you? If you put your identity in your job, who are you when the company goes down? If you put your identity in your family structure, who are you when your kids get sick? Who are you? Are you your numbers? Are you the money that's in your bank account? Where is your foundation? And what are our foundational principles? This right here is, everybody know this movie? Everybody? Let me tell you. Now, for when this came out, right, as a young black kid, there was no Disney movies about Africa. You feel what I'm saying? Right? The Jungle Book was the closest to it, but they really didn't say where they were from. You feel me? Now, in this one, there's something that's happening that's really special. And when I watched the movie, my focus was always on Simba, right? Now, Simba was this young cub, and he was alive for a little while, and they gave him a name, a positive name. And then after they named him, they took him to the highest point, and they showed him off to the world, saying, this is who Simba is. And everyone in that community at that time rejoiced because that little Simba was going to do something amazing. Even when Simba forgot who he was, he couldn't erase this moment. But behind him was someone special. My man Rafiki. Y'all remember Rafiki, right? Now, Rafiki did something that many men have done in my life, especially as I gotten older and I've seeked out to listen for help. Many men have taken their place and their foundation and they've lifted me up and said, look who you are. I can't tell you how much this means, not just to me, but everyone that I've been able to do this for. Rafiki knew who he was. He knew his identity. And he gave it to him, to Simba. We have this opportunity with our companies, with our businesses, with our communities to name people in positive ways. I challenge you to find the beautiful leader, the beautiful Simba in everyone that works for you. Everyone that you see, and don't just give compliments, get to know your people. As a mentor, I've mentored hundreds of kids, and I call them kids. They grown now. I don't even know how I call them kids. I've mentored multiple people, and the one thing that we do is we brand positively. But let me talk about something different. Sometimes, to make ourselves feel better, we brand in a negative way. When I said, as a young black kid, that's a certain type of branding. In my neighborhood, that branding is not positive. In my neighborhood, that branding is not known for positive things. I was at a call center, and they were talking about encouraging their call center staff. And while they were talking about the people that work for the call center, the way that, and they didn't even notice how they were talking about their workers, but the way that they were saying their names, the way that they were referring to the people that are working for them, reiterated this type of branding. This hurts. And you powerful people have the power in your mouth to build and exalt or to put someone down. Since you are game changers and you're powerful individuals, what you say matters. It counts. One of the toughest things that I have to do sometimes is we'll find someone and we have to shut up the noise from all the bull crap that you may have received throughout your life and say, no, but you're beautiful. Okay, all of these other things happened. So-and-so said this. No, but you're special and you're intelligent. The ideas that you have are going to change things. We believe in you. No, don't listen to them. That's not your brand. You have the opportunity to not only brand yourself, but brand everyone around you. With not just the words that you say, but the way that you live your life. Today, as you walk through this day, I want you to think about how you've branded your own children. How do you speak about your kids? If you can't think of the folks that you work around, how do you brand your man or your woman? And how have you branded yourself? This right here, I put this slide up here because it represents all the different types of organization that goes on in my business. All the different things, most of the different things that we think about. But really, these are just words. When I think about branding and I think about the way that we talk about our workers and the way that we put those expectations out there with the words that come out of our mouths, I think more about this. I just got off the phone last night with a young girl from Berea College. And it's crazy. Once you get started in this work, like people from all over come out of the woodworks looking for love. She said, my college is filled with freedom. We have all kinds of people of all kinds of different faiths that do all kinds of different stuff. But what we don't have is love. So we're on our second suicide this year. And this is October. Like, back in the day, we were able to point at somebody and say something, and that would be it. Or maybe we can make some sort of gesture towards someone and move on. But nowadays, these things are sticking, and they're reiterated on the internet. And then before you know it, someone's gone. No longer here. And she said something to me that was so interesting. She said, because of the hatred and the separation between church and what's going on in the rest of the world, we've exchanged freedom for faith. And the thing about faith is there's love here, and it's built in a foundation. And I told her, I was like, not everybody's ready for the faith. And then she's like, well, then I need you to talk to them about the love. Because if we can love ourselves, maybe we won't hurt each other with the words that we say. If we could love our competitors, if we could love the things that we do, love, and the love that I'm talking about means sacrifice. If we're willing to sacrifice for our fellow man, how this world would change. But I can't sacrifice if I don't believe that I got enough. If I'm giving out of my depletion, there's no way in the world that I could share with you because I don't have enough for me. How dare you ask me for something that I currently don't have? That's the problem. There's no limit to the amount of love that's in the world. There's no stop to this. This is an unlimited resource that we should be sharing with one another. And my thing is, especially right now with our political climate, if we can't love the ones that laugh at us, if we can't find the good within them, we're joining in the same thing. Now, I don't know this kid, but I wish I did. You feel me? I love this dude. When I saw this picture, I was like, I don't know if I can produce a white baby. I'm not sure, right? I don't know. But if I could, right, I would try to steal him, just so you know. And the thing that I love the most about him, right, is when we are walking out in love. And if you get a chance, please stop by our booth. I'm so proud of everyone that we work with. And when you go up there, you'll meet some folks that can't wait to love on you. And the thing that they do first is they'll ask you questions, right, to get to know you. Because when they love on you, they want to love specifically to you, right? And they've been trained how to do this. And we do this in convention spaces. And we do this all over the country. And it's been amazing. But the cool thing is when you do this, there's this joy that comes back. And the sad thing is so many of us have lost that joy. I love nothing more than to go to the park and seeing little black kids and little Latino kids, little white kids, little special needs kids, all playing together. And the cool thing about it is that's so amazing, right? Is that one kid will do something nasty, just something absolutely ridiculous, like kick somebody down the slide. Y'all ever seen that, right? And then so you'll see that happen. Somebody will kick someone down the slide. The other one will come down, and the first thing that happens when they get hurt is, where's mama, right? They look for their mom. They see their mom or their guardian or grandma usually in my neighborhood. They see grandma. They start crying. They run to grandma. And she loves on that kid. And then she says, now, go back and play. And like nothing ever happened, they can forget the bull crap and go right back to the slide. The one thing I love the most about leading with love is that you believe that not only does forgiveness, the unforgiveness hold us back, but we can walk out in love and be positive while we're doing it, and we won't run out of the good stuff. Next slide. Now, this is a slide that I was going to talk about leadership, but I'm going to probably be close to time. So I'm going to skip this slide and go to the next one because I'm really excited about it. The thing that I've learned throughout this business is that some of us see love as being depleted because they've reached their hands out and no one was there. So bad things happened, right? And they reached their hand out, and no one was there. So what will happen is I'll speak to a large convention. And in a large convention setting, I speak a little bit differently than I am right now. I feel like we can get kind of personal. I really like y'all, real talk. This whole Love Summit thing is just ridiculous. I love it so much. It's been awesome. But I want to challenge you not to lose hope. Those of you that have been hurt and you've changed your hurt, you've changed that pain to anger. Those of you that have been scarred. And because you've been scarred, you've said, you know what, I'm not like them anymore. I'm not going to those people. I'm done. Those of you that have got these painful scars that are deep, deep, deep within that we try to wear cute clothes to cover up, you feel me, right? Those of you, you're not alone. You're stronger than you'll ever know. One of the things that I try to impel to everyone that I work with is have a good mentor. And ask until you get a good one. And allow yourself to reach up again. It's funny, so I got this little cold. When I first saw this, I was thinking about how great it is to feel like this guy, right? Like, oh, I'm up on the rock, I got you. I'm gonna just put my hand, I know you got problems, baby, I got you, come on up, I got you, right? But we need more people that can admit to be this person. See, the problem with poverty isn't that there aren't people that are willing to pull you up. It's that I don't trust who's up on the top. And I would rather die in poverty than allow myself to be near you. Because I've reached my hand up to you before and you've hurt me. I don't care what level of business that you're in. Usually when you say, here comes the boss, somebody poops their pants, right? And the reason why isn't because the boss is a bad person or the administration is bad, but there's the connotation that they're here to hurt me because they don't care. That's why I could take a job and lose a job. That's why I can get in and then get out, because I have no stake in the game because you have no stake in me. I'm here to make money and bounce. I can care less about making you rich. My character, the way I walk, the way I talk, you will not change me. You will not hurt me. But we need as a culture, as an international culture, the hope that if we do reach our hand up, someone will be there to grab it. And so many of us in this room are in positions to grab that hand. And you've seen the distrust. I want you to know I've had a healthy amount of it in my life too. Do not stop reaching out. You never know which one of them are going to be me. And because of the people like you that have reached their hand out and allowed me, can I touch your hand? I washed his hand, I promise. And allowed me the opportunity to be connected with you, I'm in this position today. And I want you to know I'm thankful for each one of you and all the great things that you do. But don't stop. Am I close on time? Doggone it. All right. So the next thing I was going to talk to you guys about is doing more leadership, making sure your leadership is honest and open to everyone that comes into your door. Notice these cute little kids are of multiple different colors and creeds and whatever. One of the things that I've been able to do in mentoring is get to understand other cultures. Other folks that I didn't think would ever have me over for dinner have had me over to their homes, have fed me, introduced me to their families, and I've learned about healthy family life through being mentored by people with healthy families. It's time to live bold love. I'm Nick Jackson. I would love to come and speak wherever you are. Thank you so much. Please come and check out our booth and have a great day.